Well, the Alberta Teachers Association has delivered an ultimatum to the province. If a negotiated settlement is not reached by October 6th, a strike will begin. Joining us this morning is Jason Schilling, who is the president of the Alberta Teachers Association. Jason, thanks so much for joining us this morning. Teachers have been in a strike position since that vote in June. What pushed you to take this step now?
Well, Provincial Executive Council, which is a governing body of the association, made the decision to move in this direction, knowing that we're hearing from parents, students, and our colleagues actually about the uncertainty around potential job action, and we wanted to provide some of that certainty for them so that they knew where we were going. It also gives us some time to get back to the table, which we have invited government back to the table for further negotiations to see where we can go.
Now, so you're talking about further negotiations. Have dates been set? Do we know when those talks will restart?
Well, talks will restart once both parties sort of settle down into when the next time they'll be. They're working those calendar dates out right now.
Now, you say teachers have been disrespected and vilified. What do you mean by that?
Well, my colleagues quite honestly feel disrespected by the government in terms of the policies that have been put forward in the last couple of years without consultation, and that is a really key thing. So when we introduce new curriculum or assessment practices into school, a lot of these have been introduced without teachers' consultation on it, and that has been problematic because it's increased our workload, and teachers often will know what will and won't work in terms of new initiatives that government wants to put into schools. And when teachers come to the table, for instance, and want to talk about an issue and say, these are the concerns that we have, they often feel that their concerns are dismissed and government just moves ahead with what they want to do anyway.
So we know that a deal that was rejected, 3,000 more jobs and a pay increase. What was it inside that deal that wasn't enough for you, and what are you looking for?
Well, the part that was rejected by members in May did not include the 3,000 teachers that were hired. It included another way to address class sizes that teachers didn't want to do. It was basically a committee to look at it. The hiring of 3,000 teachers was actually was put forward by us as a last-ditch effort to address classroom conditions and class sizes, because everything else that we put forward as a solution had been rejected by government at the table. When it comes to salary, teachers are looking to make up for lost inflation and keep up with current inflation. They've had a 5.75% increase over the last 10 years. We know that inflation has gone up dramatically during that time, and they're looking to make sure that we have a salary here in Alberta that's attractive so that we can retain and attract teachers, because we have a teacher shortage in Alberta, and a lot of jurisdictions out here, you can't find a substitute teacher to help out if somebody should happen to be absent.
Now, the province has accused you of manipulating the message and being only about money, and also saying it can't afford what we are asking for. What do you say about that?
You know, I reject the idea that we're manipulating the message, because we've been highlighting and calling on, raising the alarm around the fact that we're the least funded school jurisdiction in all of Canada. And we have been this way for a decade. And that lack of funding that doesn't match student growth, that doesn't match inflation, has caused us to be in a crisis situation here in Alberta. We don't have enough teachers. We don't have the resources we need to meet our students' needs, especially those who have special needs. We have bursting classrooms in terms of numbers across this province, and we're merely showing the public and government the reality of our classrooms. And if they want to refer to that as manipulation, they can, but this is the reality of what we're seeing, and I would invite them to come in and look.
Really quickly before you go, do you think a deal can get done before a strike?
You know, ideally, that is our hope, to find a negotiated settlement. Teachers don't want to go on strike, but they have taken this step. And this is a bold step to take, 95% in favor of strike action, because they want to see public education better for their students in this province. And it's important to them.
Okay. Jason Schilling is the president of the Alberta Teachers Association. Thanks so much for your time this morning.
Yeah, thank you.